Good morning, guys, and welcome to Yoga Every Hour. My name's Jason, aka Calisthenics Genetics, and this morning we are learning Ashtanga. So for the past 3-4 weeks, we've been learning the Ashtanga Primary series. I've been taking you through it week by week. First week we've done Sun Salutation A, second week Sun Salutation B, third week was standing sequence, and this is the fourth week. We're on to the seated sequence. So I'm just checking that I'm live and I'm audible on YogaEveryHour. And I'll just show you right now what we're going to be running through. So we'll do 10 Sun Salutation A, 10 Sun Salutation B. And then we'll be moving on to this, the seated sequence. So checking my video now. I don't know what's going on here. It seems like we are on the website. If you can just give me a minute, please, guys, and I'll be right with you. Just a moment there, guys. Nearly sorted. And we'll make start in just a moment's time. We're good. Awesome. Let's just make, actually, no, hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. And we're live. Awesome. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little bit of admin on the website there because for some reason my video didn't load. We're all sorted now. Just move that roller out of the way. Last night, yesterday afternoon, up until last night, I trained a lot and completed 1,000 reps. So I am in pain a little bit today, which is why I've been using the roller. So I'll be taking you through this session at a fairly steady pace. So if you can all stand at the front of your mat, it's Samastitiki. Now, if you were following along with previous weeks, you should know what this is. You want to be standing with your feet together, big toes touching, heels and ankles slightly apart. Now, if you're a beginner or intermediate, you might just want to widen your feet a little bit according to your hips. We're standing up straight. Just checking with the core, check it's activated in the quads, the glutes. Chin is parallel with the mat, fingertips pointing towards the mat, letting that energy flow. Tailbone's neither tucked or sticking out, it's just a neutral. And we're going to make a start. 5 Sun Salutation A, 5 Sun Salutation B, then we'll move on to the seated sequence. Okay, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, look ahead, lengthen the spine, coming up to your tabletop position. Hands to the mat, we're going to step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. If you need to, if you're a beginner, remember, just drop the knees. Lower down here, coming through, rolling onto the top of your feet into Cobra. Or if this Cobra is too hard, you can take a baby Cobra. But ideally, you should be going for upward facing dog. So you inhale here, chest out, shoulders back, tucking the toes, exhale into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. My first downward facing dog. I always just like to pedal my feet just like this, just to loosen off the hamstrings and the calves a little. your gaze is to your belly button or your navel, chin to the chest. And 5. Inhale, looking ahead, squat, and then step the right foot, step the left foot between the hands, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samasthiti. Round 2, Surya Namaskar here. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Hands to the mat, jump or step back. And exhale, lowering down into Chaturanga. Inhale, rolling onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog. Or take your cobra position. Tucking the toes, exhaling into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five, inhaling, looking ahead, squatting, step the right foot, step the left foot between the hands, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samasthiti. Round 3, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, hands to the mat, jump or step back. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog or cobra. Chest out, shoulders back, tucking the toes, exhaling into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. And remember, you bend your knees as much as you need to. But on each exhale, you want to be pushing down a little bit more, trying to get the belly to the thighs, chest follows, then chin. On each inhale, you want to maybe just straighten the legs a little bit more. What you can do, pulling up on the kneecaps, pulling up on the toes. 5, inhale, looking ahead, squat, jump, or step your feet between your hands, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samasthiti. Round 4, Surya Namaskar here. Sun salutation here. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, look ahead, lengthening the spine. Hands to the mat, jump or step back. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhaling, rolling onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog or cobra. Remember, your chest is out, shoulders back. Inhaling, looking up. Tucking the toes, exhaling into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five, inhaling, looking ahead, squatting, step or jump your hands between your feet between your hands, lengthening the spine here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up, all the way up, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samasthiti. 5th and final, sun salutation here for today. Inhale, your arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to the mat, step one foot, step the right foot, step the left foot back. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog. And exhaling, tucking your toes, kicking back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. 5, inhaling, looking ahead, jump or step your feet between your hands, lengthening the spine here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samastiti. And if you need to, guys, just take a rest, take a drink if you need to. Give your body a little bit of a shake off. And we'll move on to Sun Salutation B. Surya Namaskar B. I forgot to tell you guys, if at any point that you feel like you need to take a rest, you do so in child's pose, which is this. Okay. Please come to the front of your mat, standing in Samastiti again. Okay, I'll run through this slowly, quite slowly for the first one. So, Sun Salutation B, you're squatting into a chair pose. So you want to inhale, suck the belly in, squat, tilt the tailbone, arms up, sort of all in one go. And then it's exhale, straighten the legs into a forward fold. If you like, if this is the first time you're doing this, just watch me for the first one maybe. I'm doing 5 rounds of these, so inhale, on inhale, squat, suck the belly in, tilting the tailbone, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, straightening the legs there. Inhale, lengthening the spine, just like we did in Sun Salutation A. Hands to the mat, step back. Exhale, roll down into Chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog or cobra position. Tucking the, chest out, shoulders back, looking up, tucking the toes, exhale, into downward facing dog. We inhale here, we step the right foot forward for the first warrior A. The heels want to be in line with the arch of the back foot. Your front knee is stacked over the top of the front ankle, depending on which leg it is. Hips are facing towards the front, strong in the back leg. Okay, inhale, arms up, look up, warrior B. Exhale, hands to the mat, step that right foot back, lowering down into Chaturanga, running through Vinyasa. Exhale, tuck the toes, kicking into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot. The right foot comes to a 45-degree angle this time. Just checking with the knee. It's over the top of the ankle. Strong in the back leg. Hips towards the front. Inhale, your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the left foot back. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, exhale into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Five, inhale, looking ahead, squatting here, remember, jump or step your feet between your hands. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And then we go back into our chair pose here from the forward fold. If you squat, start sucking the belly in, tucking the tailbone here. And then we're going to inhale the arms up. And then exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart center, and then return to Samastiti. So that was our Sun Salutation B. We're going to do another 4 rounds of those. Might go a little bit faster this time. If this is the first time you're joining us this week, then I would advise maybe to go back through the other week's videos just to catch up, because there's a lot to Ashtanga. Okay, second round of Sun Salutation B. Inhale, squat, suck the belly in, tilt the tailbone, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to the mat, step the right foot, step the left foot back. Exhale, lowering down into chaturanga. Inhale, roll up the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Chest out, shoulders back. Tucking your toes, exhaling into downward facing dog. Inhale, the right foot forward, the left foot comes to 45-degree angle. I'm always just checking with the knee at the front. Make sure you're in the right position, hips facing towards the front. Inhale, your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tucking your toes, kicking back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. The right foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, your arms up, up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet. Into upward facing dog. Chest out, shoulders back. And then tucking your toes. Exhale. Into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five, inhaling, looking ahead, squatting, remember, jump or step your feet between your hands, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And then we're going for our chair pose again, so squatting, suck the belly in, tilt that tailbone. Should still be able to see your toes here. Inhale, your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, into Samastiti. It's 2 rounds sun salutation B done. I'm going to take another drink, take a rest if you need to, and we'll go again. Okay, just checking the audio is still on. This new speaker, it always looks like it's turned off, but it's still working, so just double checking that. Okay guys, please come to the front of your mat, standing in Samastiti. We're going to go for round 3 of sun salutation B. We'll have another 2 rounds after that. Then we'll be moving on to our seated sequence. Okay, inhale, suck the belly in, squatting, tilting the tailbone, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to the mat, step back. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, rolling onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog or cobra. And tucking your toes, exhaling into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, and left foot is a 45-degree angle here. Inhale, your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back and lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog. And then tucking your toes again, exhaling into downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, the right foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Remember, you're strong on the back leg here. Inhale, your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping back, lowering down into chaturanga again. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet. And looking up, chest out, shoulders back. In your upward facing dog or cobra position. And then tucking your toes, exhale into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five, inhaling, looking ahead, jump or slip your feet between your hands, lengthen the spine here. Exhale, forward fold. From your forward fold, Go into your squat. Suck the belly in, tailbone tucked. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samastiti. Round 4, sun salutation B. Inhale, squat, suck the belly in, tilt the tailbone, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Hands to the mats. Step back. Exhale, lowering down into chaturanga. Inhale, rolling onto the top of your feet, upward facing dog or cobra. Chest out, shoulders back, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Sorry, the right foot forward. Left foot to 45-degree angle. Inhale your arms up here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, roll down to chaturanga. Inhale, roll up the top of your feet, upward facing dog or cobra. And then tuck your toes, exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward, the right foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Strong on the back leg, remember hips facing towards the front. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, roll up the top of your feet, upward facing dog, and tucking the toes. Exhale into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five, inhale, look ahead, jump, or step your feet between your hands, lengthen the spine here. Exhale, forward fold, and then squatting, sucking the belly in, tilting the tailbone, inhale your arms up, exhale, hands to heart center, into Samastiti. Amit, was that round 4, wasn't it? Got one more round left, or was that round? Okay, I thought so, yeah. 5th and final round, sun salutation B. Inhale, squat, suck the belly in, tuck your tailbone, and raise your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, hands to the mat. Step the right foot, step the left foot. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet in upward facing dog. Chest out, shoulders back, or cobra if you need to. And then tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Left foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Hips facing towards the front. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, roll on the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking your toes, kicking back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, the right comes to a 45-degree angle. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, roll on the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Tucking the toes. Exhaling into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five, inhale, look ahead. Squatting, step the right foot, step that left foot. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Squatting, sucking the belly in, tucking the tailbone. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, into Samastiti. Would you believe that those 10 sun salutations are just a warm-up? Okay, guys, take a rest. Take a drink. Take some breaths. And let's move on to the seated sequence. got around 35 minutes left. Let me just find my strap, which I'll need for this demonstration purpose. Okay guys, if you'd like to take a seat on your mat, please. And we'll get started. So through each of the seated postures, we generally do one side, then the other. So we do the right side, then the left side. Then we do the right side, then we do a jump back, jump through, then we do the left side. Today's practice, we're not going to do all of the jump throughs, jump backs. We're going to do it after each full pose. So we'll do left side, right side, then jump back. And I think for some of the poses, Amit, where we've got A, B, C, and D, let's do A, B, C, and D both sides, then jump through, just to save on time. And then, like I said, when we are all comfortable with standing, the sequence, the finishing sequence, then we'll be running through a full primary series, which will probably take around 2 hours. So yeah, well, let's make a start. If you've got a strap, you might want to use this, or blocks if you need to. We're going to start with the first pose of this, the series, which is Dandasana, which is also known as a star pose. Is it, Amit? Okay. Dorsiflexed at the feet. In any seated pose, we want to be dorsiflexing here. And even if you've got one leg in here, the other one, you want to be dorsiflexing. So you always keep your mind on that as well. So, first one for Dandasana. So, sitting out, we want to be sitting up straight also. And then locking in the chin to the chest. Our hands come beside us and just push down ever so slightly. And you might have a small little concave in the back there, that's fine. We take 5 breaths here. And 5. Shrugging your head there. And we're going to start our first seated forward fold. Seated forward, so Paschimottanasana. Is that right, Amit? It doesn't. Paschimottanasana. Okay. We want to sit in the same position as we've just been in Dandasana pretty much. What we're going to do here is just inhale, arms up, look up, exhale, forward fold. And then for your first one, you want to be, if you can, you hold on to your big toes here. And you can use a strap if you like, or a belt if you don't have that there. And remember, if you need to micro bend in your knees, this is completely fine too. So we're just going to lengthen the spine here, and then exhale, forward fold. 5 breaths here. Five. Slowly coming back up. We're going to go for B. What is the difference with B here on it? So B is grabbing. All right. B is interlocking the hands. C is grabbing the wrist. And then D. All right. There's a D on this one. Apparently there's a D on this one. Okay, yeah. So that looks like toes. Then it looks like she's going like this. Then it looks like she's going grabbing like this. And then let me show you on it. Some of them are very similar. Well, I know we only generally do 3, so let's just go with the 3 because we're pretty much doing beginners here anyways on it. So you've done here, which was grabbing your toes. We're going to do the same again, and then here you would interlock your fingers, and then these would come in front of the feet. But I'm very, very tight today. I don't think I'm certainly not going to be doing that. And if you can't take that pose, it's completely fine. You just repeat the previous one. And remember, you can use a band or a belt if you like. So we're going to inhale, arms up, look up, really stretching up here. Exhale, falling forward. And then I'm just going to grab onto the outside of my feet here. Lengthen the spine, inhaling, and then exhaling. The idea in a forward fold is belly, chest, then chin. So you don't want to be hunching over like this. If you can only bring the belly here, this is completely fine. You want to be keeping your back sort of straight. You want to have good posture here. Don't want to be hunching over. And I'm counting 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, slowly coming back up to the center. We're going to go for variation C, which is grabbing the wrist. But again, I can't do that today. So we're going to inhale the arms up, look up. Exhale, fall forward. And lengthen the spine here. And then exhale, folding into that. On each inhale, you might come a little bit more up. And then on each exhale, just focus on getting deeper into the pose there. Remember, dorsiflexing at the ankles. Five, inhale and slowly coming back up. And then this is where we would take our jump back, jump through. So jump back, jump through. You want to just cross your legs here, bring your knees in as close as you can to the chest. Because the idea is, I will try and do one for demonstration purposes. Hands would be here. Lift up. Kick back. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, roll the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Now this is the jump through. Squatting here, and we cross our legs, suck the knees in, and then legs out in front, and we're back to our seated position. That wasn't a very good demonstration because I'm in so much pain from last night, but I'm going to show you just a beginner's variation of this. So you sat with your legs crossed. So on each time we finish a posture in the seated sequence, we'll be doing a jump back and jump through. So what you want to do for your beginner's version, cross your legs here, bring your knees in as much as you can, your hands come in front of you, come forward, and then just take one foot out, take the other foot out, or you can jump back if you feel like you can. Then you lower down through your chaturanga, exhaling, inhale, hold the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes into downward facing dog. Inhale, look ahead. And the same here again, you don't have to jump all the way through. If you're a beginner, you might just want to jump, jump, and then you can simply just sit down like this. If anybody wants any hints and tips on jump through, jump back, send me a message. Yoga Every Hour or Calisthenics Genetics. Okay, Moving on to our second pose of the seated sequence, which is Purvanasana. I think I pronounced that right. Purvanasana. Okay, so sat in your seated position. What we want to do is just take our hands, fingertips facing towards the front of the mat, around 20 centimeters or so. And you don't want to be coming out wide. So the idea is you, in any sort of like pushing thing like this, elbows should be tucked in. You're going to be in your strongest position, and this goes for press ups too. A lot of people make mistakes here, but that's for another day. So 20 centimeters behind you, fingertips facing towards the front. Your arms, elbows are sort of tucked in, and then what we're going to do here, Ahmed, let me have a look. For beginners, so this is what we're going to do. Feet pointing out, and then inhale, and driving up with the hips. We take 5 breaths here. Isn't there a beginner's variation of this? So what you want to do is just bend your legs here. And is that right position? So how far in front do I want to be? Legs maybe at a 90-degree angle? Is that okay? Or so for the beginner's variation, like this. All right, and the final position, the ankle should be under the knee, which I think it is there. Look up and back, and you want to drive the hips up, driving the hips up, and don't let your knees widen out. What you want to do is, when you're in this position, so let me show you from here. When you're in this position, don't let your legs come out. Bring them together, but don't squeeze them together. Imagine that you've maybe got a block in between your legs here, and that's the correct position that you want to be in. So I'm going to start this one again so we can run through it properly, because I want to get our 5 breaths out here. So I'm actually showing you how to do this, but I want you to work also. I'm going to try to do the full variation of it. So my legs are out straight pretty much. And then just adjust my fingers, my fingertips. And then I'm going to inhale and just push, drive my hips up, look back, and just pushing through my arms, my triceps. 3, 2, 1. 5 breaths here. Five. Inhale, slowly coming back down. And just release the arms there. Shake off the shoulders if you need to do some rotations. Do whatever you feel you need to do to feel comfortable. And we're going to move on to our next seated pose, which is Ardha Baddha Padma. Oh, it hasn't got the it hasn't got the end bit of that there. Okay. Oh, sorry, say that again, Amit. Sorry. So it's Ardha Baddha Padma. So it's Paschimata Asana. So that means forward fold posture. Right. Okay. I'm getting it. Soon I'll be reading Sanskrit from a book. Okay. So starting with the right leg, we want to bring the right leg back first. Isn't that right, Amit? Left leg out in front. So what you want to do here, and you can use a block or a cushion if you need to support underneath the left sit bone. We're just going to just lean over to your left hand side here. Take the right foot back beside you. Now, if you feel any pain in your knee here, slow. Or for the first one, yeah. Sorry. My bad. Swivel that back around. So for the first one, the right ankle is going on the top of the left thigh. I'm just going to maybe swivel this around a little bit so you can see a bit better. Okay, left foot out in front of us, straight, dorsiflexed at the ankle. What you want to do here is just bring the right foot back. And what I always like to do here is when I'm sort of doing any sort of lotus pose or any sort of like where I'm bringing my foot over to the other side, is just sort of bring this back here, and you'll feel you can go deeper into the hips, and then when you bring it round, you can get more mobility. Yeah. And like I said, if you're feeling pain in, so for this one, Amit, should the right foot be dorsiflexed or not? Or should it be the sole of the foot should be facing up? Back and up. So sole of the foot here. As I was saying, if you feel any pain in your knee here, you need to just slowly come out of the pose. Here you can also use some support here. You can use a block. You can use a cushion here if you like for some support. Anytime you feel pain in the knee, you need to slowly come out of it and just return back to a neutral position. I learned the hard way around 6 months ago. I didn't warm up properly in my hips. I was trying to do something. I can't remember which pose it was, but it was quite difficult. And I was bending in the knee like this, and I wasn't loose enough in the hips because this was tight. It tightens this, and I heard a pop, and then I had a lot of pain for around 3 months. So yeah, just be aware of that. Okay, when we're sat in this position, same again. Inhale, raise your arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Now, because I have got a bit of a dodgy right knee, I'm not going to fold forward too much. I'm just going to go to my limits. Again, if you want to use a belt or a belt or a strap, you can do here. Just hold on there. I'm going to take 5 breaths here. Five. Inhale, slowly just bring that foot back out and bring it towards the front there. If you need to, give them a bit of a shake off. Sometimes you need to in between pauses. And then straightening the right foot out, the right ankle is dorsiflexed. We're going to bring this left foot back, this left knee. Again, just literally, if you bring it right back, you'll feel a stretch deep in the hips here. And then you can sort of swivel it round. And trust me, you'll get more out of it this way. Okay, and as you see, my left knee goes down a little further. You might find that in any pose that one side is a little bit more tighter or a little bit looser in one side. It's completely normal, completely fine. And this is why we do both sides for. Okay, so sat with our right foot out in front of us, dorsiflex. We've got our left foot here on top of our ankle. We're just going to inhale, arms up, look up, exhale, forward fold, and that's about as much as I'm getting. Just holding onto my shin here. 5 breaths. Five. Inhale, slowly come back up. Slowly releasing that foot. Give it a little bit of a shake off. And then we'll go for our jump back, jump through. So crossing the legs, hands out in front of us. Bring those legs back one at a time. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking ahead, squat. And we're just going to step our feet between our hands and slowly just sit down back into our seated pose. Okay, left leg out in front of us now. We're going to move on to Trianga Mukha Ekpada Pachamatanasana. That is a tongue twister. Okay, left foot out in front of us, dorsiflex at the ankle. Just lean over onto your left side here while we swivel the right leg round. What you want to do here as well with your calf muscle, pop it out to the side there, creating just a little bit more space. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, if you feel like you need some support on the left side, you can put a cushion or a block just underneath the left sit bone, which will just raise you up like this, and then you'll be a little bit more comfortable. From here, from the same position, from here, we're going to inhale the arms up, look up, exhale, folding forward. 5 breaths here. Five. Release, inhale, slowly coming up. Again, lean over to the left side here and just extend the right leg out and round. I'm going to do the left side. So just leaning over to the right. Remember to keep the right ankle, foot, and dorsiflex. Lean over to the right. It's just going to help you swivel around that left leg. Remember, just popping your calf outside there, just to create a little bit more room. And if you need to, again, if you need to use a block, if you need to use a cushion, you do so on the right side. So it would prop you up like this. Sitting up straight, hips facing towards the front. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. 5 breaths here. Five. Inhale, coming back up, just lean over to your right side. I'm just going to release that left leg. And we're going to go through our jump back, jump through, and then move on to the next seated posture. Crossing your legs here again, hands out in front, support, one leg at a time, 1 foot. Kick back, exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking your toes, kicking back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look ahead, lengthen, jump, or jump through, step your hands between, see feet between your hands. And back to our seated position. Moving on to Jano Sirsasana, A, B, and C. So again, A would be this, B would be interlock the fingers, and C would be grabbing the wrist, yeah? Or not? Got it wrong. Okay. All right. Okay, first one. Right knee down, right foot beside the inside of the left thigh. Remember, dorsiflex at the left side here. Hips facing towards the front. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. And here, holding on to the foot if you can. I'm just holding on to my shin here. Same applies, belly, chest, chin. And just be aware of this right side as well. You can also just take your hand back, just to give yourself a little bit of assistance here, and you can push down on this side. Don't push, if it hurts in the knee, don't push past that. You gently just want to push down and just feel it in the hips there. And 5. Inhale, coming back up to center. We're just going to swap our feet here. The right foot comes out in front of us. The left foot comes to the inside of the right thigh. Left knee down to the side there. Hips facing towards the front. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. 5. Inhale, coming back up to center. And we'll move on to B. So we're going to swap our feet here again. Right foot comes down to the side, left foot out in front. Right, that's the difference here. In B, what we want to do is just sort of sit over our ankle. So raise yourself up a little. Sort of sitting on your ankle, sitting on your foot here. Knee wants to come out, so your knee doesn't want to be here in front of you. Your knee pretty much wants to be coming out here to sort of like a 90 degrees. 50, no, yeah, it's not 19 degrees, around 55. Okay, hips facing towards the front again, towards the big toe, dorsiflex in the ankle. Okay, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. 5 breaths. Five, inhale, slowly coming back up. And then just release that right side, extend it out in front of you, bringing the left foot in and sitting over the top of the foot, over the ankle, dorsiflexed in the right foot here, left knee down by the side, hips facing towards the front. Inhale, your arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward over that right side here. And 5. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Release that left side. And okay, guys, we have around 6 minutes remaining. What we're going to do, we'll be following on from this on Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. We are supposed to move on to the finishing sequence, but yeah, we don't have time. But we'll just wing it. We're going to wing it. So great work for today, guys. Honestly, great work. And yeah, slowly coming back down to a lying down position. Extend your legs out in front of you. Palms out by your side facing up. And just close your eyes. And slowly find your natural breath. And if you get any sort of random thoughts coming into your head, just simply acknowledge them and then just let them go. And slowly return to the breath. Slowly wiggle your fingers. Slowly wiggle your toes. Just get some movement back into the wrists, back into the ankles. Turn your head either one side. Maybe just raise your hands above your head and stretch out a little. Turn to either one side. Then just take a few nice breaths here just to let the blood recirculate. Keeping your eyes closed, slowly come to a comfortable seated position. Back wants to be straight. Shoulders relaxed here. Just take some nice breaths here. Long, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. I'm going to close the session with 1 Om and 3 Shanti. Deep inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly stretch your arms over your head. Slowly fold forward. Slowly open your eyes and come up. Namaste. Ahmed, thank you very much, bro. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. See you on Tuesday. Thank you very much, bro. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Well, guys, thank you very much to anybody who joined me. This was Jason, aka Calisthenics Genetics, and that was the seated sequence of Ashtanga Primary series. Once again, thank you very much for joining. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you the same time again on Tuesday morning, where we will continue with the seated sequence, and we may even touch on the finishing sequence. Namaste.